right, it is Wednesday morning, June 8th. June the 18th. We were just dropped off by our shuttle driver, Jess. She shuttled us the past 2 days. We parked up at Gilder Pond, and she shuttled us back down here to Undermountain. So we're heading northbound up there. It's going to be a 12.2 mile day. Got lots of climbs today, so we're ready for an adventurous day. So we are going to get going here and show you what we see. It was rained this morning. It looks like on the radar we may have some little spotty stuff come through, but for the most part I think the major rain has gone through. So hopefully we'll be semi-dry today. All right, babe?
Yep, that's correct.
Anything to add?
No, nothing to know.
All righty. We'll let you see it when we see it.
All right, we're about a mile in. It hadn't been raining since we started hiking, thankfully, but it's supposed to this afternoon. It might be dripping a little bit now. We can't tell if that's just wind or actual raindrops. It's cloudy, foggy.
Awesome bridge.
But we do have a nice new bridge here. Kind of a different design than we've seen, where we have, I guess, 2 boxes that are filled with rock and dirt on either side to give you an attachment platform. So it makes it really stable and short. It's not a long bridge, and it's also got the other thing we appreciate, of course, is it's got the grip material added to the boards to make them less slippery, because those guys get real slippery as they get algae and things growing on them. But anyway, here it is. Back out a little bit, and then we're going up and over that little knoll there. So beautiful out here. And we would have some views today to show you, but I don't guess we're going to get them because of the cloud conditions that we have and fog. So anyway, maybe it'll clear up. We'll see what happens. But we've got some tough climbs ahead today. We're doing 12 some odd miles, and we got to go over Bear Mountain, and not the same. It's Bear Mountain here as well, and then some other Everett, I think it's one of them. There's another one in there too. So we've got some climbing to do that'll be rocky. We want to get through some of it before it rains, as much as we can. So anyway, we'll check in with you guys later. Walking through a lot of beautiful woods today. I'm trying to show it to you because we walked through some of this yesterday as well, but it was raining more. So it made it tougher to get the camera out, the phone, and operate it. Well, we just climbed up a big rock climb. Wow, that says 1738 on the elevation. So anyway, we came from way down there. So this is one of the higher.
Elevation was 712 where we started, so we've
climbed 1,000 feet, roughly, a little more. But anyway, we've climbed up to the top of this, and we knew we wouldn't get any views today, but you would have some views. Like if I wanted to view, we could walk out on that rock over there, but there's nothing to see but white fog and clouds. So this might be one of the higher peaks we've been on in a long time, 1,700 feet.
It's supposed to have a view right up here.
We'll see if there's a view up here. There's one on far out, but that was Lion's Head. Next one we climb is Bear Mountain. Yep, that's right. And then we hear the coming down on the north side of it's pretty tough, so we'll deal with it when we get there. We're trying to get there before it rains. It's supposed to be like a rock slab, so we'll see what we can do. All right, we'll check in later. Well, once again, we're only a 10th or 2 away from where we were at the top of Lion's Head. This is called the Ledges, and as you can see, we're in the clouds, so I can't show you the view that would be somewhat obstructed anyway with trees. It looks like it's not an open view, but it sounds like we can hear the river down there. Anyway, we're going to keep moving. That's one thing about a day with no views, is you don't have a lot to stop for. So our trail goes on down through here, and you can see the fog and the clouds drifting through here. All right, we'll check in later. All right, we just came up to the turnoff to the Riga shelter, R-I-G-A. Riga, not sure which, but anyway, we're heading on northbound right here. We don't need to stop, and we're still trying to stay ahead of the rain this afternoon as much as we can. So we're gonna keep moving. It's a cloudy day, probably my thermometer says it's 68 degrees. So somewhere in the mid to upper 60s, I would say. And 100% humidity, but it doesn't feel humid really, but it is drippy. But there's no heat index or anything going on. The sun hadn't even shined today through the clouds. But we're moving on. Beautiful out here. About 11:30, we're just passing the Brassy Brook camping area, and I believe we got the brook right down here, so I'll see what I can do as I make my way down this way. Had some wet trail to deal with, so it hadn't rained on us yet, but since we've been hiking, it rained before we started hiking early this morning. So anyway, I'm going to put this down just because there's some slippery rocks around here. So we got a log across up here too. See that? A wet log.
Water everywhere. Good morning. While we're making our way through this beautiful mountain laurel, easy hiking right now. Yesterday I mentioned our raincoats. Told you about those. I want to tell you about our shoes. Brent's wearing Solomon Ultra X 360 Solomons. He really likes them. He's got a backup pair with us that's brand new to switch into when needed. I'm doing something different than I did on the other legs. I was the Ultra girl. Started off in Lone Peaks for a really short period of time, but switched over to the Ultra. Wasn't that it? The Olympus 5s. And I really liked them, but there at the end I had a major problem with the treads on them going bad on the last two pair. One of them didn't even make 50 miles. So anyway, they sent me, they refunded my money. I mean, I got another pair of shoes, so they made it good. But I've now hiking in La Sportiva Jackal 2s, and I really like them. They do have a little bit of a drop in it, which the Ultras don't, but it hadn't seemed to be an issue. I like how stiff they are. Well, they're not really stiff, but they have more of a grip, I think, than the Ultras do on these rocks. That's what I'm finding. But anyway, just wanted to let you know about our shoes.
All right, we're at the Riga Junction, and I'm not sure what we're junctioning with here, but I guess some trails come together, but we're on AT, so white blazes are us, and we're heading up. This is the beginning of the climb up to the top of Bear Mountain. It looks like a steep descent on the backside, so we'll show you what we see at the top. If any, whether we see something or not, we'll show you the top of the mountain, I guess, and then we'll be making our way down the backside. But we've got about a 0.8 mile hike from here up, so we'll show you what we see.
We're not quite to the top of Bear Mountain yet, but there's a spot where if we weren't socked in the clouds, there'd probably be a nice view there. But it's really...
We have clouds just going right by us.
Yeah.
Hard to see, baby.
It's hard to see on the video, but you
Blowing
see
by.
We're in a cloud. So it's really pretty. This breeze feels good.
It's about 70 and it's windy, but it just probably feels like it's in the 60s.
Yeah.
With the wind.
Yeah. I believe we'll go through here, through there. All right. We'll see you at the top. We may stop and eat up there or something, depending on what it's like. All right. See you down the trail. We're on top of Bear Mountain. There's a plaque. It says this is the highest point in Connecticut.
This was put up in 1865. So
1865.
So this has been here a minute.
Yeah. All right, we're coming down the backside of Bear Mountain. Just working our way down. Let's see if I can see. But came down that. It's raining off and on a little bit, but it's not hard. I mean, we're not enough to even put your raincoat on. We're just trying to stay to the sides on these rocks and as much dirt as we can get our feet on. But we are being careful. We take it slow and watch what we're doing. Well, I don't know how it shows up in the video, but we just came down from there.
Oh, you can't see a third of it.
No, that's just, it kept going.
3/10 of a mile.
And it's slippery, but I fell once. I thought it could have been bad, but it wasn't. Brent slipped once, but didn't really fall. And we just take it really slow. So, real slow going down this way. All right, see you down the trail.
All right, so here we are at the Connecticut-Massachusetts state line. So we weren't even knowing what mile marker it was coming up on, and so we're just bopping along here after completing the climb over Bear Mountain. And it just showed up. We could have walked by it, but we caught the sign out of the corner of my eye, and so we stopped. So that would make 10 down, 4 to go on states.
10 down, 4 to go. Oh, hang on.
Good job.
Awesome.
All right, so let's keep moving. We've still got some mountains to climb.
Yes, we do. Mount Race and Mount Everett. Not to be confused with Mount Everest. Mount Everett. All right, see you down the trail.
All right, so we're officially in Massachusetts, and we're here at Sage's Ravine, which is just across the border. It's the first thing we've seen. A very fragile environment, so we don't want to walk off the trail. We got another trail that comes in from the right here, Paradise Lane Trail. Anyway, here we are, and the AT keeps going down this way, so we're heading on with it. We'll check in later.
Okay, we just came down into this hemlock forest. And there's a creek over here, stream on the left. Got a pileated woodpecker having a good time today. This is kind of reminiscent of the Smokies a little bit, just the hemlocks and all. I can see why this needs to be protected. People don't need to be walking all out in there. So, but we have this nice, beautiful trail to walk on. So see you down the trail. Yeah, I want to see, I don't know if the video is going to show this, but okay, there's that stream, creek we've been following. And it cuts down into this really deep ravine right there. Okay, that's why this is called Sage's Ravine. And then when you run this tree, it comes on around. And then there's another water coming from another place down into it. Oh, sorry, babe. And
yeah, it's beautiful. It's very, I
right
like
there.
postcard in here.
It's wow. But, and all around, it's just, there's mountain laurel over in there blooming, the moss and the rocks and the ferns. It is absolutely beautiful in here. Wow, I'm a lucky girl. Okay, that's above the waterfall that we just saw kind of in the distance. And it's coming down. From way up there. Wow. Okay, we came down following this creek. Beautiful, beautiful area. It looks like we're getting ready to go across it. I think it's gonna be fine. Yeah, we're going over there. We're up on the ledges of Mount Race.
Massachusetts.
It's Massachusetts. And there's some kind of lake out there. Some kind. It's a lake. Don't know what the name of it is. It's pretty. Mountains are just rolling. In there you can see. It's hazy, I know, but
Probably would have been similar to the view we would have seen this morning from those other places that were fogged in.
yeah. I think we're going to be walking along these for a little bit with this view on this ledge. All right, we're going that way. Ledge here, steep drop off, And we're going up there. Alrighty. All right, we made it back to Howie just in time for when the rain started. It started on the way down Everett, and it was a rough day. We were both just really, really beat. Where we were parked, the gate closed at 8, so we were kind of rushing for that. It was like 7:50 when we got out of there. So anyway, we're going back to the campground. Probably going to take a 0 tomorrow. Our bodies got beat up today. Both of us had we both slipped and fell. Ain't that right?
Mm-hmm. Left a dent in the rock back there, and it'll never be the same.
Yes. So we're going to go take showers and get something to eat. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.